Hey there. Internet problems probably going to be fixed on Thursday, so you're not going to see a lot of me on here. So let's hope this one goes through. Uh, Last night I watched this finally, The Conjuring. Everybody had told me about this movie. Not details, just that it was scary. And usually when people tell me I'm going to find something scary, I don't find scary. However, last night, sat up by myself and I watched The Conjuring. And The Conjuring, of course, is by James Wan, the guy who did films like Insidious and Saw. Well, the first in the Saw franchise. He's the guy that created it. Now, I picked this up for a couple reasons, because some people said this was actually scary, and this was the other two right here. Patrick Wilson, really like that actor, and oh man, I can't remember her name. Save it's on here, because he's got a unusual name. Vera Farmiga, who most people know as Nora Bates on the Bates Motel series. There's some great actors in here. Lily Taylor's in this one as well. Ron Livingston. It starts good. It starts with a little mini case study of the Warrens. Of course, this is about and based on the case files of the Warrens, who, they were the ones that investigated Danville horror, and among other many other cases. They've written books, and they have this kind of their own little black museum of things. Think of the Friday 13th, the TV series, but in reality. Yeah. So that's what they are. They're like psychic investigators. She's a clairvoyant, and he's interested in the paranormal. And they go around mostly debunking stuff, but every once in a while coming across stuff that is actually real and dangerous. At the beginning of the movie, we know that she's come across something that really bothered her during an exorcism. She actually saw something and went into the house, went back home, locked herself in the room for 8 days, didn't eat, didn't speak, didn't say anything. He never asked her about it afterwards because he knew it was so dark that she couldn't talk about it. So they're basically they're going around touring, doing like talking to people and stuff like that. This family, the Perrons, move into a house, and it seems kind of normal at first. The dog won't go into the house. The dog doesn't last very long. And this is spoilerific, guys. Spoilerific. And the movie's creepy. Right from the beginning, the movie's really creepy. We get something with the Annabelle doll, which is based on a true case, but the Annabelle doll in the real case is a Raggedy Ann doll, not the porcelain doll. The porcelain doll looked creepy as hell, so thumbs up. It's its own movie. We get kind of a parallel between the Warrens' life, where they have a daughter who has to stay at home when they do this and stay out of the room, though she has snuck into the room during an interview and has seen the Annabelle doll and is having nightmares about it. That's kind of like a kind of a side story going on, and it kind of gives an extra creep factor. Meanwhile, they're there at the prawn house trying to see what's happening there, and I can say unequivocally that this is haunted horror movies at its finest. I've seen online some people that said that it wasn't scary, or that it was cliched. Well, it's a haunted house story, and there's been many haunted house stories done over the years, but this one is done well. Whether you like the movie or not, that's totally an opinion base. What's not an opinion base is, was the movie shot and made well? Was it acted well? Yes, it was. The movie's acted extremely well. The filmmaking is a throwback to like vintage 70s style horror. Very little gore. Very much on mood and suspense. Though it doesn't drag. Some movies like this can really drag, and this one doesn't drag at all. We have scares going almost all throughout, and it's not a boo jump scares. And or an actual, well, I like to call it real scares. Scares that depend on suspense and stuff actually happening, as opposed to gore or crap like that. I love slasher movies. I love my different types of cheesy horror movies, but at the end of the day, I know that they're cheesy horror movies, and they're not meant to scare me. They're meant for entertainment, just have a little bit of fun. Conjuring doesn't work like that. Conjuring works as a jump scare, actually a very scary film, and I appreciate it. I jumped a few times during the movie, and I'm not afraid to say it. This is done extremely well. Starts out as a ghost story gets into possession. I don't want to give everything away because there's some really great scares in this movie. There's one in particular that really got me. Actually, there's two where I jumped and like holy crap type of thing. My better half laughed from upstairs when she heard that. But no, I really enjoyed this movie. I'm really surprised. I didn't think this was going to be my type, but I wanted to have it because, you know, wanted to get something in the newer horror. I picked this up with Curse of Chucky, and Curse of Chucky is one of my favorites this year. One of the best direct-to-video movies I've seen in ages. But The Conjuring, I don't know if I'm looking forward to Conjuring 2 or not, because James Wan may not be involved, and the Warrens themselves, man, they could do a series on like that. On that, they'd probably have to fictionalize all the stuff. And is this stuff all real in reality? No, of course there's like a lot of made-up stuff here. But I try not to get stuck on the true case files and just try to enjoy the ride. I didn't understand what the clapping hands meant, but now I do. Shit. Yeah. I get it now. Great movie. If you don't have The Conjuring in your collection, you're a horror movie fan, shame on you. This is a movie for my Canadian watchers on here. If you don't have this one, Boxing Day is coming up. Pick it up. I'm giving it the highest recommendation I can give it for a horror film. It's up there with some of the best. It is a great haunted house film. You will not regret getting this movie or watching it. There are some great features on there. I got to watch them tonight, actually. Conjuring Face to Face with Terror, A Life in Demonology, and Scaring the Shit Out of You. Yeah. And I want to get my internet back right. I'll put these digital copies on there as well, so I can watch them when I'm on the move. Okay, it's about as long as I'm going to make this video right now, because I want to go grab something to eat and get a drink, and we all know what that means, guys. It's time for tea.